Washington, D.C. with Norman Floyd Barnes. I want to ask you, sir, what are some of the positives that you see between the United States and Iran in terms of a peace deal, a signing of the MOU? We've been hearing for many days before today that a peace deal is very imminent, and immediately just over the weekend, characters such as the Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, as well as those in the Pakistani administration, all are stating that a deal is very close. I want to ask you, how confident are you with a deal regarding both Iran and the U.S.? Norman.
Greetings from Washington, D.C. today. Sunday, we start our day off with another conversation with the officials of the United States and Iran about concluding and ending this conflict between the two nations. Our president, Donald Trump, who celebrated his birthday today, is stating that he is prepared to sign the agreement, which states that the Strait of Hormuz will be reopened immediately, and the weapons of the nuclear stockpile will start the process of removing that. And we have conflicting, as you stated, conflicting comments from Iran about exactly where we stand. Yes, there are conversations. Yes, there are verbal agreements, but we do not have any commitments in writing and in actions regarding what people say. So right now we pray that people live up to what they promise and they do what they say they're going to do. But right now, I do not have any faith in this process going through. The pattern has showed that every time we get to this breaking point, something pops up. So I can expect that there will be some type of disruptor or some type of cause to stretch this conflict out more. So right now I'm on this Sunday, I'm just waiting for the next shoe to drop, as we say, in regards to how this proposal for a conflict to end progresses.
How the U.S. side has stated that the deal shall be appearing or happening here on a Sunday. However, the Iranian side has said something that is different. According to the Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ismail Baghei, he said that the Islamabad MOU may not happen on Sunday, but may happen in the coming days, without indicating how long this might take. Of course, he also stated that the nuclear issue shall not be discussed at this stage. Quoting the foreign spokesperson, we'll have to wait and see about the exact time of the signing of the memorandum, although it will not be tomorrow. That is what he said yesterday. I also want to add on to the fact that the authorities in Iran have announced a new date for the burial of the late Supreme Leader of Iran, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. After several rounds of state honors and funerals, he is planned to be buried in the holy city of Mashhad in early July. I want to ask Norman, as I was stating earlier, some conservatives are saying that a peace deal between Iran, and these conservatives are of course Iranian hardliners who are saying that there is no chance of a deal between Iran and the US. This is coming from the ground realities as we see them on the field. I want to ask you, Norman, how are you seeing this? The nation still mourning its decapitated leader, while the nation of USA is trying to arrive at a deal. Of course, there is a timeline for Donald Trump. He has the midterm elections coming up, and he does not want to be seen actively engaging in war before that time. Would you agree, Norman?
I concur that is symbolic that the burial of the Iranian leader will be on the July the 4th, which is the 250th anniversary of the United States independence.
Right.
So it is symbolic in that end that we celebrate our independence while a country mourns the loss of its leader by a country who celebrates its independence.
Right.
Ironic that
Um,
it's such such parity regarding that independence, but conflict with another country. So it's kind of, I look at it as something like that, very ironic that it will occur on that date that we possibly celebrate the progression of this country. And as we see, one could say, well, the digression of this country as we move forward in dealing with people of the world. So that's the point.
Conservative figure Nigel Farage, he is of course leading the Reform UK since 2024, and I want to ask Norman Floyd Barnes regarding some of the comments he has made in due process. Of course, Farage has ambitions of taking the seat of the Prime Minister, says he's only the person with the courage and public rapport to take on the establishment and lead the UK as of today. I just want to get a very short comment on how you see this knife stabbing attacks on religious minorities, protest erupting regarding the Palestine movement. All of this has been happening in the United Kingdom. And while this leader, Nigel Farage, is taking an ambition for the seat of the Prime Minister. Your remarks, Norman, would be helpful.
Yes, what we're seeing in the UK is a reflection of what's happening globally. The people, the communities, the different people are suffering because there's no plan. The plan meaning we have government officials, supposedly elected and appointed officials, who are basically wealthy. They're wealthy and they're talking about bringing somebody out of something that they have never experienced. They don't understand. They don't care, and it doesn't reflect them directly. So basically, they're giving these false promises, and the people now wising up and seeing that they cannot fulfill what's going on. They don't have a plan. They haven't offered a plan. They saying that if you elect me, you elect me, I'm the wolf, I will turn into a sheep. It's not going to happen. You're going to see more and more politicians with resources, funds, money, pushed to get a political seat, but nothing is being done for the people who are suffering. What you're seeing is that when you don't have put food on your table and you have a government that is bringing in other people to take food off your table, that's a problem. And people resent that. And particularly when these people come in and they appears to be progressing better than you, that's a problem. You're saying basically for whatever reason you're giving them our benefits, the things that we should have, and they are living life better. Quality of life is better than the life of the indigenous people. So we're seeing this all over the world. We have the same issue here in the United States. We got midterms coming up, same issue, different phase, different time zone.
Right, same issues.
Norman, he's hit on something really, really important.
Please.
In 1 minute. In 1 minute, he has encapsulated the birth of MAGA. What happened in the United States when people feel that they were being not given their fair share and other people were getting ahead of them. But the whole MAGA movement, whatever Norman just said, you could capture that whole MAGA movement in the 1 minute that he expressed why people are so frustrated about immigration and people coming into the country.
Of course.
Excellent comment, Norman.
An excellent add-on as well to you, John Dalton.
And
of course.
May I also
Please.
May I also add, with that same mindset, there was a country in Europe called Germany. The people felt the same way right after World War I.
IOS Marine has said in a statement that it holds no affiliation whatsoever with Iran or Iranian oil. So it can be made of this very discussion that this is a hazard in the situation that unfolded between Iran, Israel, and the U.S. A very dangerous mistake, I must say, by the U.S. It, of course, will strain ties with Indian government officials as well. As I see that the news also said that their bodies shall be transported back to the mainland India, according to the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways and its additional secretary. Asking Norman Floyd Barnes, how far has the apple fallen from the tree when we have to hear the U.S. Has stricken a mother vessel that has no connections to Iran? And of course, as per the latest news, on a Sunday, a deal is supposed to be signed. However, Iran is stating that it may take even longer. All of these comments end up in a quagmire between all of the sides, in my opinion. Would you agree to this as well, Norman?
Yes, I will totally agree. We are in a quagmire, and all the apples have mostly, actually, all the apples are falling off the tree. We are. I look at this as a desperate attempt by the administration of the United States to control a narrative which they don't understand. Uh, the UAE, myself being someone who worked with them for many years, they address issues differently than what we look at. They look at everything as a monetary solution. You know, anytime you're spending money, you want to three things happen. First, you seek a solution. So solution, you throw money at. All right. You look for convenience. Does it make me? Is it convenient? Is it easy? Is something that I can do real quick? It's not a lot of problem. Not a lot of thinking. Yeah, I can do that. And then the next thing is, how does it make me feel? Well, it gives me enrichment that I'm doing something, I'm affecting something, and maybe with this money, we can stop the pain that they're suffering. But Iran thinks differently. Money is not the issue. The issue is basically they want their sovereignty. They want to be able to engage. They want to be able to live life on their terms, not the terms of what the Western and the UAE seems appropriate for them. So you're going to have this conflict. You're going to have these issues. The United States attacking these tankers is bad medicine. Bad medicine, bad business. It does nothing for the process. It shows that they are desperate. They do not have a solution. And it's very, right now it's very convenient. And it gives them a small feeling of that they have done something on a stage or campaign that is showing that increasingly that we are diminishing our effect on this process and our position in the world and the perspective how people view the United States moving forward. People are now making their own choices, not depending on the United States American way because it's not their way.